Hi guys, Miss Hallett here. We are going to continue on with our learning about pictographs. Let's do a little bit of review first. Then I'm going to go over how to do a pictograph again, and then you're going to do some activities. All right, are you ready? Here we go. Okay, so here we have a pictograph, right? A pictograph uses pictures or symbols to represent a set of data. A pictograph uses the same picture or symbol for all of the data. Now this pictograph here is Keisha's pictograph. Keisha has been keeping track of the number of times she visited the park each season. Keisha represented her data in a pictograph. Okay, so let's look at this pictograph here. If you notice, it looks a lot like a pictograph that we did yesterday too. Here's the title, number of times Keisha visited the park. Here are our 4 categories that show 4 rows in the graph here. Here's our key. In a pictograph, one picture or symbol can stand for more than one piece of data. The key shows that one leaf can stand for 2 visits to the park, okay? So since each leaf represents 2 visits to the park, a half of a leaf represents what? You're right, 1 visit to the park. So if we look at fall, how many times did Keisha go to the park during fall? Count it up. Good, 6 times, right? How many times did she go in winter though? Count it up. 2, then I notice I have a half a leaf, so that's only 1. So only 3 times during the winter. I don't blame her, it's cold. So 3 times in winter. How many times in spring? Let's count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 times in the spring, and how many times in summer? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, plus 1 more, because that's a half, 15 times in summer. Probably the most times, right? Yep, looks like the most times in summer. All right, so let's look at my blank pictograph here. Now I have gotten already the 4 categories, fall, winter, spring, summer, and here is the explanation of my pictograph. Keisha took a survey of students at her school about their favorite season. 20 said fall, 5 said winter, 30 said spring, and 45 said summer. Create a pictograph to represent the data. Ooh, that's a lot of votes. So she took a survey throughout not just one grade level, but probably a couple grade levels, right? Or maybe more than one class. All right, so, okay, I know that I have to get up to 45, and each sun needs to represent a number. What do you think I could count by? That would make it easy to get to 45. What do you think I could count by? 2s? That might be kind of hard. That's still a lot. That would be a lot of sunshines. Ooh, did someone say 5? I think someone said 5. I'm sure someone said 5 out there. So yes, I'm going to count by 5s. So down here by my key, I'm going to put 5 votes. Each sun equals 5 votes. Okay, so let's start with fall. 20. How many suns am I going to have to put to represent 20? Let's try. 5, 10, 15, 20, 4. 4 suns. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And like I showed you yesterday on your anchor chart, I like to put how many votes there was at the end so I can remember, okay? So 20 votes. Okay, so I know 5 times 4 equals 20. Ooh, I did some multiplication, awesome. Okay, for winter, only 5 said winter was their favorite. Okay, so I only need one sun because each sun represents 5. So I'm going to put 5 votes. Okay, moving on to spring. How many said spring? Ooh, 30 said spring. How many suns am I going to have? Well, what times 5 equals 30? What do you guys think? Or 30 divided by 5 is, you're right, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so now I know that that is 30 votes. Okay, let me double check. I like to always double check. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, awesome. Let's go on to 45. How many suns am I going to need for 45? That's a lot of suns. Okay, let's try 45 divided by 5 is 9. Okay, thank you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, let's double check. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Awesome. So 45 votes. Okay, so here is how I did my students' favorite chart pictograph. Okay, now I could do this all over again and change the number of votes. I could do 10 for the key and make it even simpler, even less sunshines up there, okay? I might have to use the half a sun because I might have to do half of 10 is 5, all right? So thank you for joining me on this little pictograph journey. I totally think you guys are ready for your activity now. Okay, so you are going to need your math workbook, your investigations big, thick math workbook, and you're going to need a pencil. All right, you're going to turn to page 80, and then we're going to be doing page 80 and 81. Okay, so press pause, go get those materials, and come right back and open up your book and read with me. Okay, so you can read the directions with me. All right, go get it. Okay, now let's look at page 80. Hopefully you're on page 80. Read with me. Making and interpreting pictographs. We are right here. Oops. We are right here on page 80. Making and interpreting pictographs. Use the data to make a pictograph. Make each picture represent more than one. Okay, so that means your key down here needs to represent more than one. You can do 2s, you can do 5s, you could do 10s, although 10s might be a little high for favorite sports chosen by students. Okay, so think about that. You could do 2s, 3s, 5s would probably work best. Okay, so looks like we have favorite sports chosen by students, and here is kind of like our tally chart, but there's no tallies here. This is just a chart of the data that you're going to put in the pictograph down here. So we have baseball, basketball, football, and soccer. Okay, so you're going to have to put the title here, all right? Then you're going to have to put the categories here. Then you're going to put your pictures that you have put in your key right here with the number of votes, okay? So if you want to use, remember you have to use one picture for the whole pictograph, okay? So if you want to use maybe a picture of a star, you could, or you could use a picture of maybe a baseball, but you have to do the same picture for every row, okay? So you may do that page, and then you're going to go to page 81, and then you're going to use your pictograph to answer the questions. Okay, number 1, read with me, follow along with your Mr. Magic pointy finger. Okay, ready? Which sport has chosen, let's start again. Number 1, which sport was chosen by the greatest number of students? Remember that word greatest? That means the most. Number 2, which sport was chosen by the least number of students? And remember, the least means the very smallest, the fewest. Number 3, how many more students chose football than basketball? Do the math, look at your chart. Okay, look at your pictograph. Number 4 says, suppose you added another sport to your graph. How many pictures would you draw if you wanted to show that 10 students chose hockey? Okay, so I would encourage you to draw that extra row and put in the category hockey and put in your 10 students, and that way you can correctly answer that question. Now, boys and girls, when you share your pictures here, when you post your pictures, us teachers really need to see your work. We really want to see your work. So when you post a picture, make sure it's nice and close so I can see your work, okay? If you go way back here and you're like, hi, hey, you know, it's cool, I wanna see you and I wanna see your face, but I can't see your work from way back here. So come really close, make sure the whole page fits in the camera and take your picture. Then look at your picture and think to yourself, will my teacher be able to grade this? Or is she gonna make me retake the picture? Think about that, okay, guys? All right, if you have any questions, let your teacher know. And remember, be nice and neat and organized. All right, guys? See you soon.